Yep.
Same thing is happening in Hollywood right now. Did you see like the new requirements to have like an Oscar?
Oh,
the
yeah.
new requirements to have an Emmy. You have to do this. Like it has to be super like diverse cast and all this other kind of shit. What I don't understand is why the performative action?
Because people will still support you. You just got to appease people who will give you money.
But if people aren't watching the woke shit, right? Why continue to make it?
That I don't get. And that's what always bothered me about it is I can understand it's show business. That's what we're always told.
Yes.
But when the business isn't productive being woke, then you should change your business.
That's what I don't understand.
The Daily Show ratings have been dog shit since Jon Stewart left.
Right.
But you keep this show afloat even though it does bad business with its performative super left wokeness.
Yeah.
It's bad for business. Why are you letting it do this? Why is this your anchor show for this network?
Do you think that they're so like locked in their bubble in Hollywood that they don't realize the rest of the world hates them?
I do think that about actors. But the people funding the movies...
Can I say one thing, bro? I can't say the guy's name because I got to, look out for my dude. Not my dude. I don't know. But I have actors hit me up.
Yeah.
Complaining about this kind of shit, right? They can't say anything publicly because they're working within that sphere. But they're like, this is absolute bullshit. We can't believe it. Like actors that you would know, right? Not like guys who can't get work.
You
guys
can tell
who
me off the
can't get
podcast.
work. Off the podcast, I'll tell you. And I would say it, but I don't want to disrespect my team.
And you don't want to snitch on anybody.
Right? But they're calling out how stupid it is. And I'm just like, yo, what is the deal? Why are they doing this performative shit? Like, if you're a government, I understand you can do performative acts to better the lives of certain groups of people because you don't have to rely on making money.
Right.
But if you're a business, you have to make money. Now that these things are not making money, eventually you're going to run out of money.
Yeah.
Eventually you're going to have to make some shit that people want to consume.
And I keep waiting for that tipping point, and they just
when the fuck is it going to happen?
I don't get it.
It's mind-boggling to me.
I mean, we keep benefiting from their stupidity because people keep finding us.
I love it.
But I just don't, from a business standpoint, I'm like, what are y'all doing? I
Yeah.
understand show business. This is bad business.
Now, I will say, though, like, I think there's a subset. If you wanted to make a movie about, like, some disability shit, because you're like, no one looked like me, and you're able to, like, help someone, and you want to do it as, like, an art project, then, yeah, go do it. But to try to create, like, some sort of, like, legislation or, like...
If it's authentic, I'm with it.
Yeah, exactly,
If it is
what are you
business,
talking about with disability?
like,
What do you mean?
Like, I was talking to my sister who works with this kid who doesn't have an arm.
Okay.
And he was like, when I was a kid, there was this movie about a kid that didn't have an arm, and I liked it.
Yes.
Even though the movie wasn't that successful, it was just a movie about a kid that didn't have an arm. And he's like, oh, yeah, that's like me.
It felt good.
Yeah.
Yeah, like when you said with Aladdin, you're like, it was cool to see someone that kind of looked like you.
close enough, I'll
Yes.
take it.
Yeah.
That's how I felt with Jason Williams.
Yeah.
People think white people don't have that feeling, but like the basketball player Jason Williams, I was like, oh, sick, there's a guy who plays basketball in a way I kind of play basketball. So it was cool to see. Everybody has that feeling. Everybody wants to relate.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that we get lost in this idea where like, since white people are like the executive roles in a lot of these companies, I think that like maybe, I can't speak for you, but maybe minorities think that like we get excited by that.
No.
Like, white people aren't going, yeah, we're the refs. Yeah, that's my favorite ref. I feel represented.
No, there are definitely...
Yeah, that's the owner.
There are
Fucking
definitely
love Jim
arenas
Miller.
where white people are like, oh shit, it's cool to see this, but like, it's different when like you never saw this.
100%.
So that's what we're saying. You
100%.
guys definitely go through it though. I understand.
I think
that.
everybody goes through it when you like an industry that doesn't have someone that's kind of like you in it.
Eminem meant something to a lot of people. So many white people say he's the greatest rapper ever. He's great, but they cling to greatest ever because that's their guy.
Yeah.
This is finally, I've been listening to this music my whole life. Finally a guy that looks like me in this field that's good.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's good.
Yes.
So, and great. He's great. Like, that's the guy. That's our guy. Yeah. Everybody does this.
Yeah, you feel some like, I don't know, is it more entitlement? Do you feel like you
feel like you belong? It's like, seeing a brown person in American movies and stuff, I was always like, holy shit, that means something to me. That's me.
You know what's dope about Olympics for that reason? Is that like when you watch the Olympics, you get to take part in that person's success as an American.
Yeah.
Like within the country, we're all chopped up into these little teams and groups, right?
Yeah.
You're Indian, like I'm white, Alex is black, but Latino, like Mark is Catholic. And like maybe when a Catholic does something cool, you know what I mean? Maybe, I don't know. I don't know if you
In
do.
Bubbles, they talk about that shit.
They do?
Yeah. They'll be like, oh, yeah, like this Catholic guy. Or like they used to talk about with like the Supreme Court. There's like a ton of Catholics in the Supreme Court. They're like, look at us.
Oh, because Scalia was Catholic.
Yeah, exactly. It's all about like Catholic schools.
Boom. So there's like this like cool, like, I guess a little tribalism. Everybody gets in their tribe, right? Taylor, you might see a black woman do something that you represent or like you respect and you're like, that kind of represents me. That's dope, right? But the cool thing about the Olympics is it's kind of similar to war, which is like when you're competing against other bigger tribes,
yes,
we all put our shit
all
to the
our
side,
differences fade.
right? And we're just like, all right, is he nice?
Yeah.
Is he the fastest? I don't care. He's Asian, he's Indian, he's black, he's white, whatever. Just put him out there. Let's do it.
Meritocracy.
We didn't know who Apollo Ono was. Remember that guy who was a speed skater?
Michael
I don't know what
Phelps.
the fuck he was. Michael Phelps, goofy ass. Look like me. I just call him goofy. But you ever make fun of somebody the way they look and then people start saying you look like them?
Yes, that has happened.
And you
to me.
feel fucking humiliated?
Yeah,
you ever
that
do
has happened to me.
That guy's mouth doesn't close. How does he swim? The guy has a hole in the boat and he's just swimming,
collecting water.
It's unbelievable. So, it's just a cool thing about the Olympics, man. Is that like for a second we get to take back and we get to all have pride, in what was created. And I think the reason why it's okay to do that is because like we came up within the American system. Mm-hmm. You know, it's like. There was that time where it was the World Cup. I think France won the World Cup, right? Mm-hmm. And there was all this conversation like, yeah, but it won with all African guys, right? But yes, maybe that their DNA, their genes were African, but you have to credit the French system that they came up under and that taught them and the tutelage and the training and all these things that they didn't get in those African countries.
And if the French people celebrate them, that's a huge win for diversity in France.
Everybody.
You should want that. Yeah. You should want people that don't look like they're from that country to excel, so then they feel more accepted in that country, probably.
Yeah. Don't say this is Africa winning. If you're French, don't do that. Because then why would they embrace France?
Yeah.
And also on the other side, and also don't allow someone to remove your patriotism from you.
Yeah.
I don't like that. Like you are entitled. You can't say we want the rights and respect that we are deserved as citizens of this country and have a goal to reject the country. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense? Like you should be allowed to be patriotic and not called a sellout for that, but embrace for that.
Yeah.
And then when the arrangement, when the deal that all of us as citizens with the country is not met by the country, then we hold the country accountable.
Yeah.
Well said.
But you do not have to sell your patriotism or like give up your patriotism. Like it's a beautiful fucking thing.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's something I noticed when I'm watching football this weekend where I'm seeing all these guys, some of them kneeling, some of them standing, all holding hands and all this other stuff. And I'm like, yo, did we actually come to a really cool conclusion here? Like, did we come to a place? And I'm not talking about like the performative shit the NFL did. I'm literally talking about the players standing next to each other, some of them holding hands, some of them hands over hearts, some of them kneeling, and they're all together. And it's like, oh, we just realized that you could treat different things. You could treat the same thing in different ways and it can all be respectful.
Yeah.
It took us 4 years and blackballing Kaepernick.
Yeah.
But we got to what I think is a pretty cool place.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think representation is important in that way.
Yeah.
However, what makes the Academy Awards thing or the Oscar thing where they say you have to have certain things frustrating is that it seems like they are like requiring or like forcing representation.
I feel like you're taking pity on me personally when you do that. And it's like, I don't want that.
How about this though, Akaash? How about this? Instead of making the requirement for the movie that the actors have to be a certain whatever, why stop at actors?
Directors?
The producers of the studio have to have diversity on their boards because what is it? 90? We did it when we did a piece. It was like 98% of executives in the studios in Hollywood for different studio companies. I'm talking about the studios, the company that makes the actual movie.
There's no black presidents except Spike Lee.
I think Spike Lee was the only one.
And he made his own
company.
Shit.
Of his own. I mean, Tyler Perry, I imagine, has a studio as well, but he made his own. So there's no black presidents of any of these companies. So why don't you put that performative activism to task on yourself?
Because they don't care about activism, they care about money.
And no, it's not money, Akaash. It's protecting their little
seat.
Boy band. Exactly. So what I think that they're doing is going, if we put diversity in these little roles that are replaceable that we don't care about, we can keep hiring our friends and have this little boys club going on over here.
I agree.
Just to be accurate, they do have other standards. It's standard B that has creative leadership and in the project team. And then they also have another standard C, industry access and opportunities. So it's not just actors and in front screen people.
Gotcha.
It's like more access for
But executive
diversity.
board. Like I want the executive board
The highest level.
Because with the highest level,
And I
right,
get
the real
that,
change
but
makers,
yeah.
and it seems to me that it's all performative activism to protect their shit, right? It's like, oh yeah, let the athletes be the ones that are sponsoring, that we're sponsoring, and let them be the face of the company, but don't put them on the board.
Yep.
Al, you're black.
That I am.
Speak for all blacks. Speak for every one of them. No, seriously though,
Yeah.
like what do you feel when you see this? And the same thing with for Akaash. It's like you guys benefit from these measures. So I'm sure on some part you're like, well, this is dope because I get a piece of the pie. And on the other part, you're like, well, you don't have to pity me. I could get mine. Like you guys are hustlers. So I'm curious what your...
Well, I mean, it's for minorities, women, LBGT.
Women got snuck into this.
They got snuck into it as well. So it's like...
How they sneak them?
It's basically...
Women
everybody
of color,
except
I'll give you.
non-white
White women,
men.
no.
Don't talk about my queens, bro. Hey, don't talk about my queens, bro.
Yeah, my
white
bad.
Nubian queens,
Yeah,
bro.
my bad.
Taylor, just stop being high all the
Yeah,
sudden.
she snapped right out of it.
Yeah, you snapped right out of it.
You ruined her high, yo.
Listen, it's all good, bro. We got all different types of Nubian queens.
Back to the Academy Award thing. Yeah. I do like the fact that they're finally doing something about representation there, because when you look at any one of those awards, the whole shit is white. Like the majority of most of the winners, the majority of the people there in the audience are white. So it's like
just gay, bro.
The whole thing is a fucking sham, dog.
Yeah,
like
I
I
don't
understand.
care about that shit.
I understand
I do
all of
not
that. I'm
understand,
just
like-
saying. I'm just saying.
All these, like, I always see people be upset when they don't win an Oscar, they don't win like an Emmy. You see these like rappers who like literally create the culture, dictate culture. They create the whole way that people are dressing, acting, vernacular people are using, and then some white stiff that's 70 years old doesn't say, I like your album, and they have a freak out over it. Who the fuck cares? You would never give a fuck about that white guy's opinion at any other point
especially
in time.
in music, I don't know who has any Grammys.
It helps them get paid more.
I got no fucking clue about
I love it
Grammys.
when they did the sippy cup shit.
Yo, but it helps them get paid more.
Jay-Z was like,
yeah.
oh, we got a sippy cup for Blue.
Yeah.
If you're an Academy Award winner, you get paid more.
Now, if you're Academy Award winner, you're broke afterwards.
No, you get paid
Hillary
more.
Swank,
What are you? I don't.
she won, like, there is a thing that happens where, like, a lot of people win Academy Awards and then their careers don't do anything because the movies that end up winning are these, like, artsy, goofy shits that nobody really gives a fuck or watches.
Even Jamie Foxx after Ray, I don't remember him popping like crazy movie after movie after movie.
But I'm pretty sure you can demand more after you're an Academy
give
Award
me,
winner.
I'd rather be an Independence Day than the artist
100%.
any day of the week. Blockbuster, bro. Transformers, dog. I don't need to be in the fucking
I hate
water
the fact
shit.
that it's
What's the bitch
forced.
who was fucking the seaweed guy?
This fucking guy.
What?
I hate the fact that it's forced, but I just like that they're trying to do something.
Yeah, you like the fake effort behind it.
I like the effort
He'll
behind
take
it. I
fake
just
effort
like
over-
that it's
True,
forced
he'll be
effort.
fair.
Yo, sorry,
I like that it's
sorry to
for-
cut you, but you really want black stories to be told or different minority stories to be told, then put the people that are green lighting those stories, put people of those minorities in position to green light those stories.
Yeah, I'd agree with that too.
So then just change up at the top. It's trickle down with this shit.
Oh, okay.
You put black people.
But that's what I'm saying. They haven't done either. So the fact that they're trying to
He'll
do
take
something.
a half measure over no measure.
Yeah.
That's fair. I hear you.
That's all I'm
it's the
saying.
wrong measure. Who's the what's the blackest channel on network television right now?
Most likely
ABC.
BET.
ABC, right?
Oh, okay.
Network. I'm saying
Oh, okay.
network. Obviously BT. But probably BT, right? Or no, probably ABC, right?
Yeah.
President of ABC?
Black woman.
Black woman. That's all it is, bro. You put the people of those races in positions of power to green light their stories, they will green light those stories. But if you don't change that, all this shit down here, performative. It's cute. People can get some money, but it's not going to be long-term change.
Yo,
And to her credit, probably the only shows on network TV that are doing well right now. Ish.
all them issues is killing.
All them issues are killing, bro.
Yo, but
They had How to Get Away with Murder. They had another, what was it? Scandal.
Shonda body
Shonda
down.
let them know what was capable, I think, was
That's
possible.
it.